My name is Brenda Keneghan, and for the past 4 years, I've been working as a collections care consultant and trainer on plastics in heritage collections. Prior to this, I was employed by the Victoria and Albert Museum and was responsible for the preservation of their plastic objects, which were dispersed throughout their collections. I held that position for almost 30 years, and that's almost as long as the discipline of plastics conservation has been recognised in conservation. So I suppose you could say that we grew up together. The V&A was the first museum in the UK to actually hire somebody to look at their plastics specifically. I was made aware of the Gabo Trust because I was told they give grants to conservators for further research and knowledge into the conservation of contemporary and modern sculpture. So I applied to them, and they funded my attendance at the conference FutureTalks in 2015. FutureTalks is one of a series of conferences which looks at the conservation and preservation of modern and contemporary art and design. The fundamental point of these conferences is the preservation of modern art and design. I have been fortunate enough to attend all the conferences in the series thus far. I am most grateful to the Gabo Trust for funding my attendance at 3 of these, including the most recent. Attendance at these conferences is essential if one is to keep up with this developing discipline. The amount of research into the treatment of modern materials, especially plastics, has grown exponentially in the last 25 years. Much of this research is presented for the first time at the biennial FutureTalks conference to conservators who are actually working in the area. The dialogue between researchers and practitioners often helps hone the research into extremely relevant treatment options. I'm frequently contacted by conservators and curators from smaller museums seeking advice. Since leaving the V&A, I have developed and presented many training courses, both online and in person at Westdean College. The aim of these courses is to present non-specialists, especially those working in smaller museums, with enough information to care for the plastics in their collections. FutureTalks is one of the very rare occasions where treatments which have not been fully successful have been presented. Conservators are often very wary of presenting treatments which may not have achieved the desired result, but one can learn an awful lot from unsuccessful as well as successful treatments. The most recent conference also looked back at previous treatments to assess their longevity, so you can see that they are a very practical occasion. Attendance at conferences is essential for me to keep up to date with what is happening in the field. Usually there are around 300 delegates. Many are students and early career graduates who are showcasing their work, and this work would often be hard to access otherwise. Many established figures in the field of contemporary materials also attend, and networking is an important aspect of the conference. I'm very grateful to the Gabo Trust for their continued support over the years and look forward to further collaborations in the years to come.